I'm a very routine person. Oh, recorded. Got it. So, good morning, everybody. The way that we start out is with gratitude, guys. Obviously, this is the greatest way to start your day. It allows you to be thankful, grateful, reflect on the things that you are grateful for. Dig deep. Um, Usually, I focus on things that have happened within the last 24 to 48 hours. I have a certain notebook that I keep. My like on one sheet, I will write 5 to 10 things that I am grateful for that's happened. I write my I am statements because speaking things into existence and manifesting is something that I am so focused on right now. So I have a book for that. I have a book. I forget who it's from. It is called Today I Affirm. It's a journal that nurtures self-care. It's by Alexandra L. I just picked it up at the Five Below store, guys. I love their book section. And I love it. It pairs so well with the self-love book. So when I wake up first thing in the morning, I'm doing my cup. Like I fill my cup every single day so that I can pour into other people. I think that's the most important thing. I journal morning and night, trying to be so much more consistent with that. And I read at least 10 pages of my book. I know Shannon's in this little group. We're doing 75 soft challenge and it's keeping me so accountable. And I just love it. Drinking a gallon of water a day. So I wake up and I start drinking like before I even start all this other stuff. And so that's kind of my routine, but I have to have that hour and a half to 2 hours to myself. I wake up about 4:30 and I have to do all of those things before like my chaos hits. Like my 3 kids wake up, it's like a tornado chaos. If you're a mom, you know how that is. And then it's just like everything went out the door. So I fill my cup up so that I can pour into my family and my team. So that's how I start my mornings. How do you guys start your mornings?
I'm going to go ahead, Elizabeth.
So mine's a little bit similar. I just have like a blank journal. Because I ever since I was a little kid, I used to love writing. My mom was a writer. She went to Hartwick for English and writing. So in here, I start off, I do at least 3 I am grateful for statements about things that have happened in the past 24 to 48 hours. And then I also do my I ams to fill the rest of the page. And I just do that on one side. And then the other side of like the actual page is where I do like my writing for the day, which is usually kind of what I do at night. I do a lot of reflecting about my day and just kind of getting my feelings out and stuff. Journaling has always helped me, not just with my gratitude and manifesting, but dealing with my anxiety and things like that. Just to get my feelings out on paper has always helped. So that's how I do my gratitude in the morning. And I usually do my yoga before and after. And it really helps me just kind of like center and think about all of those sort of things and my intentions for the day and all my gratitude.
Awesome. And Sky, what do you do, honey?
Okay, so I do gratitude much the same. I have the gratitude journal. Invest a few minutes a day to develop thankfulness and mindfulness and positivity. And I got mine from Amazon. And I think this is the one that Lisa uses too. I think that's where I had heard it from. So I have that one, which is great because it's got a spot for in the morning and it's got a spot for at night before you go to bed. So this one is a bit more like in depth, like how are you going to make your today awesome? So the other way that I will do gratitude, if I just really don't have time or whatever, is I will just grab my other notebook and I will just literally write down the things that I was grateful for from yesterday, to make it relevant and all of that stuff. And, I think the biggest thing with gratitude for me is that it really helps like foster that hope and for the future and manifest things and hope is everything. So if you don't have hope, you just don't really have anywhere to go. So, and it's, like everybody else always says, it's harder to have a bad day when you just kind of started out with all the things you're thankful for.
I absolutely love that. Ooh, I'm excited. Okay, so team news, company news. We have the frenzy promo going on right now where you can offer an extra 15% to those who have never ordered before. I'm even getting into my emails with this. When a customer signs up their free profile or free account, whatever you call it, they put their email address in there. There is no reason why we can't send an email as well. And I always like to try to start it off with something funny and have them laughing. Other team news, we have the lifestyle getaway to Vegas coming up the end of October. The destination to 40K. Lisa was talking about it on the Zoom last night. She's going to be putting the contract in the Dream Team 2021 page on Monday. She's taking the first 500 people. She said that you can either have never hit 40K, or you can, if you have lost 40K for the past 5 consecutive months, you can join that way as well. So definitely keep an eye out for that and get into that. These little challenges, when I get into them, I always grow. So you definitely want to work with that.
You guys, can I interject one quick thing? I did her last group last October. And I can't even tell you like how much growth it did for my business, and it set it up. And I need to tell you, like December, January, like it manifested so much within my business. This group is so worth it. So even if like 40K, say you're not even hit, I don't know, you might be a 4K, you might just be new to the business, whatever. Like if you are ready to commit to your business and you want to hit that 40K, what Lisa does in this group, guys, I have chills telling you about it, because like it's insane, amazing. Like it's work, but the things that will come after you do the work, I'm telling you, like you are going to harvest so much from this group. I can't even speak highly enough about it. But guys, be committed. Like jump in, go all in, and just like you're going to hit the ground running.
So is it anything like the 200K swap? Because those are like my absolute favorite. For any of you who did it last year, is it anything like that?
I honestly,
Yes.
I didn't do it before. I've never done the 200K swap, so I can't
It's
say.
amazing.
I can
Um,
honestly
I
say
pray
yes.
for it to come back.
mhm.
It does push you a lot harder than the 200K swaps, but it is amazing. And the prizes that she gives away at the end are like phenomenal. Not that I care, because the growth in my business alone is a big enough win, but she gives away trips, all kinds of stuff.
I just
One
wanted
more
to add
thing.
about that too, if you don't mind, Shannon, too.
Yeah.
I feel like I didn't hear you say it, but if I'm repeating you, I'm sorry. She's only letting 500 people into this group. And if you don't commit and you're not doing the do, you're going to get kicked out of the group. So really sit down with yourself and say, am I ready to make sacrifices? If you think that, with your full-time job and your kids, that you don't think that you can make sacrifice getting up an hour or two earlier day or going to bed an hour or two later at night, if you don't think that you're going to be able to show up for yourself and for the group and stay committed, then don't sign up. She'll probably do a next one next year, and let someone else that is going to be fully committed sign the contract and do it, because there is limited spaces.
She did say last night, if this is not your timing, it's no big deal. There's nothing wrong with it not being your timing.
Yeah, she also did say that all of the challenges from the group will be posted in Dream Team after, if you do want to do it by yourself at your own pace after, and not being in the push group. None of the information is going to be hidden from anyone. So just make sure that you really feel like it's time for you to push yourself. If you're going to join the group, don't just join it to maybe do it. Let someone else get a spot, since there is limited spots.
Yes, I do see people with their hands raised. Just give me a moment. I want to get this thought out before I forget it. With this group, if it's not your time, it's okay. Every single October, she does this challenge. Every single November, it does go into the Dream Team 2021, just like Elizabeth was saying. So you can do it at your own pace. but you have to be 100% in for this to work for you. Another thing, autoships tomorrow. If you have not yet, reach out to all of your ordering customers, all of your stopped ordering customers, reach out to them all. See what you can help them with. Don't say, do you want to pause? Say, hey, I see you got da 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 last month. Would you like to change anything or maybe add something to that? So definitely do that. Melanie, I'm going to see what you have to say, and then I want to get different ideas of daily IPAs from everybody, because like Stacy says, there's 1,000 ways to the beach. I'd like to see what everybody's doing. Go ahead, Melanie.
For all of those who are free tomorrow, don't forget about Super Saturday training. It's at 10 a.m. Eastern. Success in your first 60 days and building your team. Those are going to be massive things for everybody, especially going into this 40K push. Also, guys, I did the 40K push last year. I saw growth, but I'm going to admit this, and I know there are going to be people who are looking at me like you just admitted that. I did the bare minimum to do it last year because I was also juggling school. I did see growth in it, but I didn't see the growth I wanted to. So this year I'm going to push like a mad woman.
Absolutely. I'll be there right beside you. I made a decision to myself last night, or for myself last night, that this is my time. There's no reason why I can't have it. Just like there's no reason why you can't have it. So let's go down the list and see what everybody is doing for their daily IPAs. Let's see. Sky, you want to go ahead and start this time?
Sure, I can do that. So, each morning I look at our team page, which is building an empire. And thankfully, Molly or Tiffany will always post an IPA board. So even like, because I find a lot of times, like, I'll find myself lost. Like, if I didn't do IPAs yesterday, I feel like it almost piles up on me. Like, I need to do today's and yesterday's all of a sudden. So I've really worked lately on just kind of letting go and picking up wherever I am. It doesn't even matter. Like, just keep moving forward. And so I will do whatever IPAs I can for that day. I also, I will do any that, like you think, like the simple ones, okay, like birthdays and stuff. That's not always on IPA boards, but all of those little simple ones that are gonna like help you grow and stuff like that. Oh, I lost my train of thought for a second here. So I do all of that, and I guess, oh my gosh, I really did kind of have a scroll moment here. So yeah, I mean, and I print things off. Like, for me, a checkboard is a lot easier. Like, I like to put it in like a screen protector or whatever and like check them off as I go along. And the other thing that I've recently started doing is I went back to showing proof for those IPAs, even if it's not required. And that's really been holding me accountable lately. And I had to go back to doing that. So that's kind of where I am.
Awesome. Yeah, accountability is extremely important for me. If I'm not showing somebody, then I'm falling off. Elizabeth?
I hit stop video instead of unmute. So I used to do the bingo sheets all the time because I think it would be fun to like get bingo. And I still do those. But lately I've been using Crystal's IPA sheet. I've been, I pretty much just go down the list. I do all the ones that I think are fun first because I just blow through them because I think they're fun. Or the easiest ones like happy birthdays. I love interacting in stories. And actually I gave this tip out in one of my Work With Me Zooms the other day, and I think you told all of us this months ago, Star, or maybe it was you, Shannon, I can't remember, but when you're going through interacting in stories too, if sometimes you don't have like a full sentence or something to say, still like heart react to it, and that'll help your algorithm to get you more views on your stories. And ever since I started doing that, I get more views on my stories. Deleting inactive friends. And I also go through when I'm deleting inactive friends, when you go to your friends list, you can go to like how you sort them. So sometimes I do like most recent, and so I can make sure that I'm interacting with people that I have just added to my network. And then doing the opposite of that as well, and going from the oldest friends first, because sometimes there's people that you or were your first friends on Facebook that you completely forgot about, that are maybe still active, that you should be interacting with again, or maybe people that haven't posted since 2010 that you should be deleting. So I do that every day. I have been really a lot more active in my groups, which I've literally never been good at in a whole year into this business. I've always sucked at groups. And I don't know why, maybe just probably limiting beliefs in my head getting to me. But I've tried to think of it less as like an IPA or a chore and try to make it more fun. And that's really helped a lot. I mean, I'm in a lot of hiking groups because I spend literally all of my free time hiking mountains. And I've added like it just yesterday, going back and interacting more on my one post I had from hiking a high peak on Tuesday. I went back and I think I gained like 5 quality friends last night. So that's really been helping me a lot lately too.
That's absolutely awesome. Melissa?
Sorry, my kids totally woke up and I squirreled.
You're fine.
We're talking about IPAs, right?
Yes. What do you do on a
Okay.
daily?
I usually go off of like in Lisa's group, she has like all those bingo charts and stuff like that. I always try to push for a bingo. I really like what's in there. They have different ones for different days. But then, excuse me, in my team chat, I actually, sometimes we make them. It's just basically like a 6x6 spread of different IPAs that we try to do as a group and challenge each other to get done throughout our day. If we don't send one, I just go grab one of those bingo ones, but I'm always doing the IPAs because honestly, that's what's going to grow your business. If you don't do the do, it's not going to happen. And these are simple daily tasks that totally can be done. But just like all the other ladies said, you know, the birthdays, the interacting, adding to your network. I think doing the core 4 is definitely something. If I just have like a super busy day, like I focus on that, which is adding to your network, personal development. Usually I will interact and I make the ask. I think that's so super important because like if I post something and where I've been getting the most minis out, if I post something in my stories about minis, sample packs, whatever, I will message all of the viewers because just like on Lisa's Zoom that she did last night, if you don't make the ask, like you could be asking God to place all the right people into your life, but if you're not making the ask, you will never know if they were placed there and they're the right people or not. And so I've been really focusing on making the ask instead of just doing all the busy work. I have to make sure that I send out so many messages per day. I have a certain requirement that I set for myself. And, you know, if I get a no, I'm that much closer to a yes. So that's what I've been focusing on right now.
That's awesome. I absolutely love that. Me personally, I have went to pretty much just about every team page and looked at all the different files and got all the different checklists and all the different things because I can't make myself do the same exact thing in the same exact way every single day. I have to like change it up. And even though our lists are very similar, they're in different forms or they're different orders, and that's what keeps me going. Like my favorite one right now is Amanda Arnett recently put it in the Dream Team where it's got like post on social media, add new friends. Now with the adding new friends, I must absolutely say that I can not add 200 people a day like some people do. I can't even add 5 people a day. I'm adding 5 to 10 people a week because I want to give them special attention. I want to give them the time that they need to be able to build that relationship with them. I have been interacting on posts and stories. I interact more on stories now than I do on posts per se. And then I have been getting in the habit of logging into my cloud office every single day. I have found that I've gotten a couple customers out of the blue that I have no clue or idea where they came from, by either the company putting them in, them finding my website, or even a card I passed out. I couldn't tell you where they came from, but I like to be able to reach out to them through email and look for them on Facebook or whatever. If anybody knows what number 3, never mind, somebody already dropped it. Kayla, you have your hand raised.
Sorry, I'm just like changing diapers here. So I'm trying to like do both. So I also wanted to say something about the like adding people. I know like they say, 200, and that's all great, like if you have the ability to do that. But like you said, for me personally, I can only add so many people in a day. So if I add like 5 to 10 people, I make sure that those 5 to 10 people, there's a reason why I chose to add them, right? So I might go through their wall, because sometimes you'll get that message like, who are you? Do I know you? Right? And you almost want to have a response in your brain ready for that kind of question. And it's not nothing to be offended about or anything like that, or upset, because you know what? Some people might even get rude about it, and that's fine. Again, 9 out of 10 chances you don't know them. So if they want to be disgruntled with you, because you know what, they might be the kind of person that gets disgruntled with everything. They might get disgruntled with the gas bar attendant or the coffee shop cashier, so don't get offended, but always have an answer. So like for me personally, I will go through and find people that I want to add, and there's a reason when I add them. So it might be something as simple as I like their smile in their picture, or I like their hair, or they're posting something that is passionate about me. Maybe they posted a positive quote, but because they posted that, I got that vibe from them, and I like their vibe. So it's when you're adding people, adding in as many as you can, that's great. If you have that mindset to do that, cool, that's awesome. For me, I feel like I am more like on par with you, Shannon, where I don't need to add a billion people. For me, it's about quality, and I need to find a reason why I want to add you. When I add in bulk, if I add too many, then I'm forgetting the reasons why I'm adding these other people, and the quality from my side of it then disappears. So I just wanted to mention that.
No, that's great. I love it. I love that you back me up on that opinion. You have to be able to build a relationship with somebody, or you're adding them for no reason at all. Melanie, you have your hand raised as well.
All right, so excuse the folding of the laundry. So what I do is when I add somebody from like my cat mom group or my FIV cat mom group, and I'm like had this interactive conversation on a post with them for 4 or 5 times now, right? I'm gonna get message like put, hey girl, I'm adding you. I feel we can have an in-depth conversation and you understand what I'm going through with an FIV cat. And then what I do is add them to Facebook, instantly get in their messenger about the conversation we were having. Now, I have notebooks upon notebooks because I'm a green personality. I write down that person's name, so I'm going to write Shannon, and then beside Shannon's name, I'm going to write FIV cat mom. That way I know where I added that person from, so I can keep that conversation going with her. And then eventually we all know that little view story button pops up, and from there, they're going to see my stories.
Love it. Love it. Now, I'm probably going to make some people angry at me, but I see some leaders on. So I'm going to ask them the same question. What do they do for their IPAs? So let me see. Where did she go? Because I know I seen her on here. Or did she just like drop off? Did Judy drop off? I think she did. Star, what do you do for IPAs?
They hear enough from me.
Yeah,
So
but you give good ones. That's why I wanted to call you out too. But I was also looking for Judy.
yeah, I know Judy's awesome. She's been, oh my gosh, she's my go-to person for 3 ways now. I absolutely love it. So some of you guys attend my morning power hours on Tuesday and Thursday. I seen somebody, I think Elizabeth dropped in the comment section that her and some friends do their own IPAs, groups at the end of the day, like nighttime, which I think that's the one that my mom shared yesterday in our team chat. I'm super excited for those. I'm gonna try to write those down in my calendar because sometimes just with the age of my little ones, nighttime has been becoming more convenient for me. So like in the morning when I run the IPAs, there's most of the time I'm chasing them. Like I'm running the IPA Zoom while running around with my kids, like very barely able to get my IPAs done. So anyway, can I have screen sharing or mom?
How do I do that?
I don't know. Make me host real quick.
I can make you co-host. Will that work?
We'll try it.
I don't see the host, but
I want you guys to see it and screenshot it if you can.
I made you co-host. See if that works.
All right. Yes, it does. All right, guys. So can everybody see that? Yes, no.
I can.
I can
Okay,
see
cool.
it.
Thank you. I can't see chats or see people. So, all right. So this is what we do. Start off our day right. This is the IPAs. Practice gratitude, and then I have like a little explanation of what that looks like. So if you guys want to screenshot that, go ahead. 1, 2, 3. All right. Then we take 5 minutes for prepping a morning post or a live. And then again, I put little examples at the bottom there. 1, 2, 3. All right. 5 minutes on birthday messages. I like to do belated. I know Brittany Hyder was saying she likes to do them on Friday. Takes care of the previous week. Maria does them a day before, which I think is phenomenal as well. Because you guys got to think about it, like on the actual day they're getting bombarded, you know what I'm saying? So you're just going to blend in. You don't want to blend in. You're a thriver. You want to stick out. So screenshot 1, 2, 3. 10 minutes for engagement. I have people pull out their potential list, and then I let them know, like, hey, if you don't have a potential list, go look at your stories, go look at past posts, write down all the names of people who interacted with them or even liked them, or reacted, like, heart, or whatever it be. And then there's some tips on the bottom there. Screenshot 1, 2, 3. Follow-ups. 10 minutes intentionally following up. And I put a little skit down here about it too, that it doesn't always have to be about Thrive. It honestly shouldn't always be about Thrive. You have to show these people like you care about them. You and I know that you care about them, and you just want them to thrive because you know that it's going to change their quality of life. But unfortunately, the way society has bent the minds of people, sometimes people just look at us as trying to get a sale from them. We know we have good intentions, but they don't. So we have to build that relationship up first. Okay. Screenshot 1, 2, 3. The last 5 minutes is when we add to our network. I know a lot of leaders, honestly, let me just re-say that real quick. We're all a leader the moment that we hit the promoter button. So when I say that, I mean a lot of uplines say to add 200, 300, 400 people or whatever it is, follow 100 people a day. And if that works for them, that's wonderful. If that works for you, that's great. I personally don't see how it works for anybody. First of all, Facebook police are so strict nowadays. So if you add a bunch of people, you're most likely going to get banned in somehow or in some way. Second of all, how do you expect yourself to create relationships with 200 to 300 people a day? Like I was telling my IPA squad yesterday, once I hit like 200 or 2,500 friends, which I'm at right now, like literally on the dot, I honestly start panicking because I don't see how I'm supposed to build relationships with that many people. So I constantly am going through my friends list, and like I think it was Elizabeth mentioned earlier, she removes people that like their Facebook isn't active, or they haven't been on it. I also remove people that don't fit my vibe. I mean, I'm all for, different opinions and all that jazz. I respect everybody for their difference of opinions, but if we're not going to click, then toodaloo. You know what I'm saying? So, or if there's a lot of negativity, so make sure that just as much as you add, you're also going through the friends you currently have, and always remember quality over quantity. Screenshot 1, 2,
Or can you
3.
show the first one again?
Oh, crud muffins. Yes, absolutely. So sorry. Let me go back to sharing.
There you go.
All right.
There we go.
1, 2, 3. Good. All right, guys, I'll stop now.
Alrighty. The next person, if you don't want to talk, when I call on you, you absolutely don't have to. But I saw Miss Brittany O'Neill was on, and she has been a rock star since I first met her, and I would love it if she would share some of her IPAs. She's still on, or did she leave?
She's still here. She might be away from her laptop or her phone, though.
Okay, so I will come back to her then. Tiffany, would you be able to share some of yours?
Lord have mercy. I knew you were going to call on me this morning. It has been such a crappy night and I came on late. But IPAs. Okay, so I actually do batch posting, or batch work, I should say. Yeah, you're crazy. So I know what I'm posting like ahead of time. But as far as IPAs go, I try to connect with a minimum of 10 non-thrivers a day, whether that be commenting on their post, replying to stories, and just continuing to build that relationship. Now, when I say 10 new, I don't mean 10 that I've already established a relationship, 10 brand new. Because like Star said, it's so easy to get overwhelmed with your friends. I'm like 3,000 and something, and I'm the same way. I'm like, how am I supposed to talk to all these people? You know what I mean? So by doing that, you're really, one, helping your algorithm, and two, you're just continuously doing that. And you guys, I think the biggest thing with IPAs, and I know that this is not necessarily, can you go over that please? IPA related, set a timer. Okay, I guess it is IPA related, but whatever. Set a timer, okay? For you to get your tasks done, because I'm almost 4 years in and I can get caught up in the scroll. If I don't set a timer and I go on Facebook to comment on 10 non-thrivers posts, I could sit there for a good half an hour, like just scrolling and not commenting, because I'm getting caught up in the comments of the fight that Sally and Brenda had, and I want to see who won. You know what I mean? Like, so if I have a timer mentally, I know that, hey, the clock's ticking. Intentionally comment, heartfelt comments. Groups are very helpful, but can be kind of drag you down. I have learned recently that mom groups are just brutal and not my vibe. Okay. Mom groups are just horrific. I will say it. So find a couple groups based on your other 5 things. Okay. So if you're a mom, just X out the mom groups because they are just brutal. What else? What else? What else? Replying to people's stories, you guys, is huge because it gets you into their messenger. Okay. Commenting on people's posts are great, but you want to get in a messenger, right? Millions are made in messenger. Okay. So by replying to their stories, you can get straight into their messenger. Go ahead, Star, because I just drew a blank.
Yes. All right. So listen, right? I totally forgot to say this earlier. So those of you who have been here and have listened to me ramble in the past, you may recall me mentioning something last year that I started thanks to my mom. So when the shit show of 2021 started up last year, down in Maryland, they started the big ding dong ditch kind of thing. Okay. It was like a wine.
Exactly what it was, a ding dong ditch.
Yeah. So I see Melanie face plant or yeah. She's like, no, not for me. So listen, let me just make this clear. I do not like booze. I don't drink. Okay. I don't like it. That's just my preference. But I love bringing happiness. Okay. I love making people smile and just spreading joy, right? So we did the booze cruise last year in my county. I set it up. It was a freaking hit, y'all. It was a hit, and it lasted, I would say, it stayed strong for about 4 months of 2020. Yeah, wine ferry, whatever it was. So we called it the Perry County Booze Cruise. All right, y'all. I got this idea when I went to Target last week, and I seen these little things in the dollar bin that said "Boo Crew," talking about people getting booed like a ghost. Boo, you know what I'm saying? So listen, I started it up again. I reignited the group last night, and the reason why I'm sharing this with you, bless you. The reason why I'm sharing this with you is because I'm saying, y'all, if you are not involved with your communities yet, or if you are, you need to start one. Seriously, I can help you. I'm helping my homegirl Alicia set one up in her county. I'm getting everything together for her, and we're gonna knock it out of the water. And there are so many, like hundreds of people are so excited. They said how much joy it brought them last year during such a crappy time. And I told them, like, listen, 2021 isn't any better than 2020. It's kind of worse, if you ask me. And they needed it. They needed this happiness. Guys, since last night, I thought I was already friends with everybody in that group. Since last night, I've gotten like 15 freaking friend requests. Now, is my ultimate goal to get all of them thriving? Hell yes. I want my entire county thriving. I want the entire world thriving, because then maybe it wouldn't be so crappy sometimes. But my main goal is to just spread happiness and spread joy. That's what we do as thrivers, right? So get involved in your communities if you can. I know some communities are, like I know there's some different restrictions for our friends and family in Canada. So I do apologize if you can't do this. Maybe do like a pen pal kind of thing or something along those lines. Like seriously, get into deep thought. Use Pinterest. Yes, it is a community group. I have just my county. I made a post for the different towns, and people just drop their addresses. And if they don't feel comfortable dropping their addresses, that's fine. They don't have to participate. Or I told them you can just set up a meet. Just put in the comments like, hey, I'd rather meet if somebody wants to boo me. Now, I also mentioned too, for people in the comments with their address, to put like, hey, I have kids. I'm not interested in booze. I'm just interested in it for my kids or whatever, you know? It's just exciting. I'm just so excited. So I wanted to share that with you guys, just to encourage y'all to do something in your communities. Get your name out there, because not only is it going to bring them joy, it's going to bring you joy too. I was teasing so dang on hard yesterday for like 3 hours straight that my freaking face hurt. But I was so happy because so many other people were happy. Sorry, damn it, I didn't mean to cry, but yeah.
You're fine. I'm going to cut you off now because you're getting emotional. But I
Okay.
can honestly say she's become a household name in her community. People know her.
All right.
Great.
So I'm going to cut in. Team Canada, we have the same thing. We have what's called a wine ferry. So yes, Star, Canada does have it. However, we also have one for kids that my goddaughters did, and it cost me $30 of art supplies. The kids here in Canada during lockdown were doing, or no, here in Cape Breton, did a craft bin drop. So you get together a little bin of craft supplies, whether it's scissors, colored paper, whatever you have on hand. I know the girls wanted Auntie to take them shopping because they had Dollarama gift cards from Christmas. So we went like that, and they got some craft supplies. Auntie then did slip in a business card and a sample of Thrive for mamas and dadas who would have to be locked down with kids. Okay, that's how I blew up during the quarantine. I also, knowing how going to the grocery store and stuff like that with kids, people see the girls with me and they're like, oh my God, how did you survive quarantine? I'm like, oh, honey, I have a craft bin and this sticker. And then, I get them to scan my code thingy, the bar thingy, and then we go from there. But at the same time, people are interacting. That's it, QR2. That thingy, sir. People are seeing us at parks. People are seeing me with my goddaughters, who, as some of you may know, I am raising right now for my best friend. They see me at the schools doing pickups, volunteering with the after school program, whatever I'm doing. And people see me out in that community. I've had people come up to me who I don't even know and been like, girl, I see you working your ass off with those girls. So get out there, get your name out, wear that sticker loud and proud, and make sure it's visible. That's how I've gotten my interaction out there.
Tiffany wants to share something off of what Melanie said, and then I want to see if Tiffany hears us yet, and then I have another person that wants to speak as well. So Tiff, go ahead.
Yeah, just really quick, you guys. So another thing for IPAs to keep in mind, IPAs are not just done from your phone. You have to do belly to belly. Okay. Just a quick story. We were in Tennessee. At this point, I don't even know when it was, but we went down to the hotel pool. Okay. We stay at this hotel multiple times a year when I visit my grandparents, and it's right by the airport. So there's constantly new people there. Okay. There's pilots, there's flight attendants, all kinds of new people. We do that for a reason. Okay. I got a little bit up here. Okay. Because we are constantly able to meet new people. All right. So we went down to the pool, and there was these two ladies, they were flight attendants, and they were, they got to talking. They're like, I just can't wait to retire and blah, 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 blah. I went back up to the room, got my business card. Actually, my husband went down to the truck, got the business card, and went down, and they were gone by then. But we had met two pilots, okay, that came in with them, because the Knoxville airport is it's mechanical, so like they go get the planes worked on and whatever. But he was overhearing us talk about Thrive, and he was interested because they just came back from like a 5-mile run. Okay, so now these two pilots have my business card, and the two flight attendants. Do not limit your IPAs to just behind a screen. Talk to people that are in front of you.
I love that. Brittany O'Neill, are you back at your computer where you can maybe share some of your IPAs? I think she's got me on mute. Before I call the next person and then we get into the reading and the giveaway, everybody who has jumped in and helped me today, I have to say thank you. It was last minute when I couldn't get a hold of Chas. I reached out and everybody jumped in, and it just, the bouncing ideas has been amazing. So thank you.
Really quick, I have something else. Sorry.
Okay, and then Katrina.
Yeah, my capsules kicked in. You guys, we were at the event on Saturday, and these two random people, I'm going to shout Shannon out. These two random people walk into the church, and she's like, they don't look like they belong, to the Thrive group. So she went up and talked to them, literally handed them her business card. Literally, that's what it takes, you guys. They came in, they were at the wrong place at the right time. They left with her business card in hand.
Thanks for the shout out. It was, yeah, they came in and she's like, what's all this? So I just started talking to her and then handed her my card. She didn't have her phone or I would have put her on Facebook too. All right, Katrina, you're next, honey. Where'd Katrina go?
I'm here. I'm just
Okay.
trying to hit my buttons here. Okay. So I just wanted to pop in and send everybody off like, you know, happy and like, let's go. All right. So I've been listening to all of your IPA suggestions and I'm so excited to try some of them. I also use Crystal's list as well. And then I just do my, I do the vendor events and I do a ton of belly to belly. And my biggest thing is my follow-ups from that are super important. That's one of the big things on my IPA list is my follow-ups from any belly to belly or vendor events. And lastly, I just want to say, everybody, we're going into the weekend. So what I like to do on Fridays is kind of after this, plan out some of my posts through the weekend. So then I can, you know, set those timers and check back in with people and, you know, enjoy that family time. Cause that's when my husband's home from work and stuff. And also, you know, like tomorrow I have a vendor event. So I'm going to be busy down there. So I need to have my weekends planned out. I try to do more than just the weekend, but, and the last thing really is just, you know, smile at somebody today, be kind. You know, people need that and it makes a difference. A smile might start a conversation. So that's all. I hope you guys all have a great Friday and a great weekend and I will talk to you soon.
Awesome. Thank you. And this girl, I have to shout her. I have to shout her out. She has been doing events left and right. And that's another way to get in front of people. Look for your local festivals and get a table. You can write it off. It's amazing. Okay, so we are at 10 minutes of. So I'm going to ask you, if you've never won a morning vibe tribe, drop me in the comments. Tiffany, do you want to share something and then read 100 Days to Peace or just read?
Sorry, my fingers are not working.
You're fine.
I can just go into the reading. Yeah, we'll just do that today. So let me pull it up, you guys, here. All right, you guys, we are on day 25, finding strength. I can do all this through him who gives me strength. Philippians 4:13. God's love and support never changes. From the cradle to the grave, God has promised to give you the strength to meet any challenge. God has promised to lift you up and guide your steps if you let him. God has promised that when you entrust your life to him completely and without reservation, he will give you the courage to face any trial and the wisdom to live in his righteousness. God's hand uplifts those who can turn their hearts and prayers to him. Will you count yourself among that number? Will you accept God's peace and wear God's armor against the temptations and distractions of our dangerous world? If you do, you can live courageously and optimistically, knowing that you have been forever touched by the loving, unfailing, uplifting hand of God. When trials come your way, and inevitably they will, do not run away. Put your God and Father, a divine strength is given. Oh, wait, that was the end. Sorry, guys. I was so into it, I wanted to keep going. Okay, so that was the end of the reading. Okay, we're going to go into the quotes. A divine strength is given to those who yield themselves to the Father and obey what he tells them to do. Warren Wiersbe. Faith upholds a Christian under all trials by assuring him that every painful dissipation is under the direction of his Lord, that chastisements are a token of his love, that the season, measure, and continuance of his sufferings are appointed by infinite wisdom and designed to work for his everlasting good. And grace and strength shall be afforded him according to his need. John Newton. For further reflection, Psalm 46, 1-3, Proverbs 18:10, Isaiah 41:10, 2 Corinthians 12:9, and Ephesians 6:13-17. Today's prayer. Lord, sometimes life is difficult. Sometimes I am weary, or heartbroken. But when I lift my eyes to you, Father, you strengthen me. When I am weak, you lift me up. Today I turn to you, Lord, for my strength and my hope and for my salvation. Amen.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. I love how they just like all fit in.
Listen, okay, just really quick. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I don't know if you guys are doing the 75 hard, 75 soft thing that a bunch of us has started. I couldn't commit to 75 hard. Like, I can barely get the 45 minutes of workout in. I can't do 2 of those, just saying. But you guys, I am sore from my head to my toes. Like, I did not know I had this many muscles, and I did not know that they could all hurt at the same time. So today's message, because this morning I woke up, I'm like, I can barely squat to sit on the freaking toilet. I can't work out today. But you know what? Look at what today's message, and I'm not supposed to read on Fridays, you guys. Shannon and I switched because I was a co-host on Wednesday. So she read Wednesday, and she was hosting today. So I read today. So talk about a message that needed to be delivered, because I got to go put my shoes on now.
I'm doing the 75 soft, and I've never peed so much in my life. Our winner today is going to be Christy Alford. Please message me, Shannon Cochran, Cochran, in Messenger. I will get you the graphic. You can choose. And thank you all so much for joining us today. I hope we were able to bring some of what y'all get from Chas. Of course, none of us are Chas, but I think we put it out there really good. And if anybody wants to know what the 75 soft is, you can message me about that too. Other than that, have a great Friday. Go flex and do all you can do.